Nothing.
Oh boy.
All right. First question. What is Grace's idea of a perfect Sunday morning?
Ooh, perfect Sunday morning. Well, a perfect any morning, she would start with a cup of coffee, probably from Cafe Boulud. After that point, it'll depend her stress level and if she did her work before Monday. So we may go see the babies. Turn this off. And then ideally, you know what? If she's in the better spirits and trying to stay on a good trend, she'll work out, come back, coffee, then see the babies. And then maybe we go on a walk through the Upper West Side, check out some little shops, some stores in our neighborhood, and then I'll try to convince her to go home so I can take a nap. That would be a nice start for her. Maybe take a walk through Central Park.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
What is Grace's favorite food?
Oh,
How do you narrow to one?
Narrow to one. I can give her top three.
Okay.
Because these ones I think she'll struggle with. Cheeseburger, nothing else on it except ketchup. Pizza, naturally. And then I would say Mexican by virtue of margarita, but we do spend a lot of time at Mexican restaurants ordering steak quesadillas.
Heavenly. Who is Grace's celebrity crush?
Wow. I don't know if I have the up-to-date version, but who I know will stand the test of time is Usher Raymond.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh. I think Grace would probably say one of two. I have been known to be fond of, oh my gosh, what is her name? Who was America's Sweetheart for a bit, not Meg Ryan. She really blew up in The Mask in the 90s with Jim Carrey. Cameron Diaz from The Mask. And then secondary would be, who is playing Black Widow in the MCU? Blonde. She was in, yeah.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Where was your first kiss?
Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me because I always forget the bar we went to. On our first date, Dutch Fred's.
How did you first say I love you?
I guess follow-up question: how did we both say I love you, or me? I professed my love for her a couple weeks after she told me drunkenly. So, and she might have a point of conflict there in admitting that. But I said I love you.
What's your favorite part of Grace's body?
Wow. Her booty.
Love it. What is your nickname for Grace?
I've got a variety. In my phone, she's Grace Face. I sometimes call her my black and white cookie. We'll stick with
I really hope she says that. All right, what's next? What is one thing that is not clothing that you own that Grace would throw out the first chance she gets?
Not clothing that she would throw out. Great question. I have, you know what?
Furniture or...
My chair is that's not clothing. Do shoes fall into clothing?
No. Shoes could be...
There are a couple of sets of shoes that she would immediately get rid of that she despises when I ask to wear. Most certainly. I'm trying to think of anything else. That might be it for now.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What is Grace's biggest pet peeve?
In general?
Mm-hmm. Or biggest pet peeve that you do?
Uh,
What does she get on you for?
I mean, admittedly, it may be my lack of. She'll ask me to do things sometimes, and I may or may not do them after I've said I will. That would probably be her biggest pet peeve.
Heard of it. If Grace were described as a food, what food would she be and why?
Wow, that is.
Forces you to get a little creative.
I know. All right, let's see. What would she be? What would the type of food that would, let's say, I would say energetic. So how that would translate, maybe a lot of flavor, maybe, multi-level. So something really exploding with flavor, robust, hitting different profiles.
So maybe she's a wine.
Ooh, you know what? She could be a wine. That's one that's dear and close to her. A nice California Cab Sauv, fruit forward, pretty robust. That fits the description pretty much.
Love it.
Yeah.
If you were stranded on a desert island and could take one thing with you, what would it be?
Ooh, I don't know if Grace would guess this. I would say my yo-yo.
Love it. And Grace, if Grace were stranded on a desert island and could take one thing with her, what would it be?
So the problem with that is Grace, all of Grace's pleasures come from the modern age and all necessitate electricity. So primarily her phone or anything with pictures.
Would die quickly.
So yeah, which will die. So, we'll have to assess that when it happens.
Yeah.
For Grace.
What is Grace's least favorite article of clothing of yours? The shoes.
So in this regard, I would say my graphic tees. Extensive collection. She's not a fan of.
Got it. What would be Grace's last meal on Earth?
Last meal. I would have to go with, if she's taking my suggestions, probably the bone and ribeye from Ruth's Chris that we obsess over.
What is one thing that you remember noticing about Grace the first time you met?
How happy she was, and how she was cheesing very hard when she saw me, but she was definitely emanating an energetic spirit that I was like, okay, I need to see more about her. And we had a great connection before we met, but seeing that in person was great.
Complete this sentence. I knew I found the love of my life when.
I knew I found the love of my life when we had great fun on our first date. She wanted to keep hanging out, and I think when soberly, we realized everything we had accomplished and what we would want to look forward to, and being in alignment without having had those serious conversations.
What does Grace do that drives you crazy?
That's not a fair question at all. Grace, given Grace's energy level and how excited she is, where I sometimes struggle is matching that level of excitement. And so when I don't, I then just fall into a wormhole of not fulfilling her expectations. So that's what I would go with.
Good one. What is one thing that Grace could never live without?
I would say both family and friends.
Ideally, how many children do you want to have?
Oh boy. I would say 3. We'll say at least 2. I lean towards 3. I think Grace would be good with 2.
That was the next question. What is Grace's ideal date?
Ooh, great question. So, ideal date in New York City. First and foremost, I would have to plan it. That's just number one. Secondly, I think we would start off, it would incorporate Printer's Lounge. Not Printer's Lounge. Oh my, Press Lounge.
Press Lounge.
Forgive me. Press Lounge, her favorite rooftop. Then likely 1 to 2 bars, maybe in the same area, or there are a couple near Columbus Circle that we've been really fond of. That would definitely, be bougie, more chic, definitely elegant bar scene where we'll be looking good, dressed good, and really doing the whole New York thing. We're definitely gonna end at a steak spot, most likely one we haven't been to, so it's probably on her list. And in between that, really, it depends on her mood. She does enjoy shows, she does enjoy experience, so walking the park, or at least traversing the streets of New York between the neighborhoods would also be a positive experience. So it might depend on her mood, but I think all of those would encapsulate what a perfect date for her would look like.
And what is your perfect date?
Oh, wow. My perfect date would be anything Grace wants to do.
Good answer. What is Grace's favorite candy?
She's partial to Nestle Crunch, like the Crunch Bits, but she's, I think maybe even above that, Gummy Bears, the original Haribo joints.
Favorite cocktail for Grace?
Great question. So I'm gonna give you 3. She's been really on a big bourbon smash kick lately. However, I think her common favorite cocktail would be a Moscow Mule. But when she comes around and she wants to test something out, Cosmopolitan.
What is your favorite candy?
Great question. I'm a big Snickers guy, I would say.
Your favorite cocktail?
So, in a similar vein, Moscow Mule is when I'm trying to play it safe. I'm also a big rum punch kind of guy.
Where does Grace's ideal vacation take her?
Beach, warm water, sun, beach.
And where does yours?
I'll concur with that. I think we both.
You're in alignment.
We are in alignment.
And what is your favorite memory?
Ooh, wow.
With Grace?
We have quite a number of them. I would say right now, I'll give you 2. My first one was, let's say, when we went to Paris and seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, taking a picture there, being at the Eiffel Tower as well as in the gardens in Paris. And then when we were getting engaged, Grace asking me if the ring was real.
Love it. And what do you think her favorite memories are with you?
Definitely, I would say some element of our Euro trip. When we went to the Eye of London for my birthday, that was lovely. I think she felt amazing with how that happened. Paris was a dream. It's probably going to be some moment with the 2 of us shared, most likely, knowing Grace.
And last but not least, if Grace were arrested, what would it most likely be for?
If she were arrested, it would probably be in defense of me and or a friend or family member, to be honest with you.
Sounds very on brand.